You know that feeling when you can't bring yourself to do the thing, not because you're tired, not because you don't care, but because something inside you refuses. What if I told you that's not laziness? What if it's something much deeper? You wake up with a plan, you know what needs to be done, but the moment you sit down to do it, your body goes heavy, your mind goes blank, and suddenly scrolling feels easier than starting. You tell yourself you're procrastinating, that you lack discipline, that maybe you're just lazy. But here's what's actually happening. Your nervous system is sending you a signal, a quiet alarm, not a scream, a whisper. And that whisper is saying, "This doesn't feel like mine." Psychologists have a term for this. It's called behavioral resistance. And it's not a character flaw, it's a survival response. When you're living a life that doesn't align with your intrinsic values, your brain treats it like a threat, not a physical one, but an existential one. Because the brain doesn't just want you to survive, it wants you to feel coherent, to feel like the life you're living is actually yours. When that coherence breaks, when your actions and your identity don't match, your brain quietly shuts down. It's not giving up, it's protecting you. Let me explain how this works. In psychology, there's a concept called self-determination theory. It says humans have 3 core needs: autonomy, competence, relatedness. Autonomy means you feel in control of your choices. Competence means you feel capable. Relatedness means you feel connected to something meaningful. When all 3 are present, you feel motivated, alive, engaged. But when they're missing, your brain pulls the emergency brake. And that brake looks like laziness. Think of it like this. Your conscious mind is the one setting goals. I should study, I should apply, I should finish this. But your subconscious mind is the one running the energy system. And if it doesn't believe in the mission, it cuts the power. This is called amotivation, not a lack of motivation, but a withdrawal of it. Because motivation isn't just willpower, it's emotional fuel. And your emotions are telling you, not mine. So what do? How do you move forward when your own mind is resisting? Here are 5 principles, not productivity hacks, psychological realignments. Most of us are living scripts we didn't write. Go to college, get the stable job, buy the house, marry by 30. These aren't bad goals, but they might not be your goals. Psychologist Carl Rogers called this the false self, the version of you built to please others, to fit in, to be acceptable. Your first step is simple. Ask yourself, whose life am I trying to live? Write it down. Don't judge it, just see it. Now ask a different question. Not what should I do, but what makes me feel alive? Neuroscience shows that intrinsic motivation activates the brain's reward centers differently than extrinsic goals. When you do something because you want to, your prefrontal cortex and ventral striatum light up together. That's the brain's way of saying, yes, this is coherent. So write a second list, not what you're supposed to want, but what quietly excites you, what you do even if no one was watching. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow. You don't have to burn it all down. You just need to create one small space where you feel autonomous. Maybe it's 15 minutes in the morning. Maybe it's a side project no one knows about. Maybe it's saying no to one thing that drains you. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi called this flow. But flow doesn't come from forcing. It comes from alignment. Even tiny alignment counts. Stop seeing your resistance as failure. Start seeing it as feedback. Your body is not broken. It's brilliant. When you feel that heaviness, that's not laziness. That's your system saying, something here is off. Treat it like a check engine light, not a reason to abandon the car, but a reason to look under the hood. Here's the shift that changes everything. Don't ask, what do I need to do? Ask, who am I becoming? Because behavior follows identity. Psychologist James Clear writes about this. When your actions come from who you are, not who you should be, resistance fades. Not because the work gets easier, but because it finally feels like yours. Let me tie this all together. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not lacking discipline. You are a human being with a nervous system designed to protect your sense of self. And when the life you're living doesn't match the person you are, your brain will resist, quietly, deeply, relentlessly. That resistance isn't the problem. It's the compass. It's pointing you back to yourself. So the real question isn't, how do I force myself to care? It's, what kind of life would I not have to force? You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to make the big change today. You just need to listen to that quiet refusal, that soft shutdown, that whisper that says, not this, not like this. Because that whisper, it's not weakness, it's wisdom. You're not resisting life, you're resisting the wrong one.